right, so welcome to the show. My name is Megan Nelson, aka Crypto Megan, and today we have more on the RWA narrative, which is hot this bull cycle. This is the future, as CEO Larry Fink of BlackRock says. The more assets we tokenize, the more revolutionary finance and this entire market will become, and it is a massive market at that. Studies show that by 2030, we could have 10.9 trillion in tokenized assets. And today on the podcast, I have Denarius Lewis, CMO of Corner Market, here to talk about one of the biggest projects coming out in the RWA sector, following this narrative of making these crypto payments seamless and easy and connecting global e-commerce marketplace, connecting all of these businesses worldwide. I've had the luxury of being able to try this out myself in Miami with you guys at Bitcoin Miami last year, and it was absolutely amazing. I'm here at Cielito Artisan Popsicles in Wynwood, Miami, and we're with Corner Market, the Corner Market app. So I just saved this amazing vegan peanut butter popsicle with USDC through the Corner Market app, and I'm so excited. They're so beautiful. This is so cool. It was so instant and amazing. I'm really excited for the rest of the tour. Let's check it out. Arriving to the Wynwood Tribe store, 90 different artists. I can't wait to have a look around, so let's do some shopping. So Denarius, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to have this real and detailed conversation around RWA.
Right, and you have such an amazing background. Can you walk us through a little bit about your background before we jump into all the depths that is Corner Market?
Yeah, so hey everyone, my name is Denarius. I'm a man of many titles, but before I was a man of all these titles, back in 2013, I was unfortunately homeless. I survived the summer of 2013 with $1.78. And I met a mentor. She asked me two questions. She said, if money was never an option, what would you want your life to look like? And then the second question was, why isn't your life like that? And in that moment, it was my paradigm shift. Fast forward, now I'm a man of many titles, author, landlord, and the CMO of Corner Market. And my past really started with entrepreneurship. I grew up in a household where I saw my mother work many years at Walmart, over 25 years. And I wanted to culture shift. And so I left my home of Minnesota, went cross country, went to many colleges, and met many people along my journey that helped me really just scale what life should look like rather than what it currently looks like at that period of time in my life. And fast forward, now I'm very blessed to be traveling the world and introducing people to this new wave of technology in the Web3, helping people take crypto as a form of payment.
Wow, that is an extensive background and impressive and so inspiring. I mean, going from literally homeless as you speak to this revolution that you're a huge part of and that you guys are having an incredible impact on. I mean, that's really motivating to everybody who's listening who might be struggling in life. I mean, Web3 and crypto solve so many problems, and one of them is the opportunity to get that freedom and that financial freedom and to be a stakeholder in a greater ecosystem instead of somebody on the fringe or the outskirts of that system. So that's really, really powerful and really amazing what you're doing for this space. And so on that note, let's dive right into what Corner Market is all about. Tell us about the beginnings of Corner Market, the problem you set out to solve, and how it came about.
Yeah, the beginnings are all go in the past. So about a year ago, actually, I was out in LA. I had left Minnesota, and I was out in LA teaching people intro to DeFi, free classes out at a place called Crypto Fridays in Koreatown. And I was giving out one of my classes, and then one of the founders of Corner Market alongside myself, he attended one of my classes, and he said, I really like your passion. I have this idea, but I don't have the right team to really put it together. But I'd love for you to come in and be the CMO and really help me bring this to fruition. And so after that conversation, we started to really look for our team. We started to bring on more individuals. And the big issue that he found, since he comes from the banking sector, is that every time there was one bad apple, every time there was one good apple with an application with a business that would be potentially applying, there were a couple bad apples that potentially could get approved, but since they didn't have the requirements that many banks, these gatekeepers allow people to get funding, there was a threshold that was really limiting business owners for growth. And one of the biggest pain points that many business owners face is not only just lack of funding, but are the continuous cost of high transaction fees. Normally, business owners are getting charged 3.7 to as high as 5% per transaction using different providers. And what we aim to tackle with the Corner Market is eliminating transaction fees as a whole. We have a really cool sliding scale model where we're able to charge a business as low as 0% for peer-to-peer payments. Now, I know that's never been heard before, but how we've done so is that we reinvented the punch card method. Instead of charging that business and transaction fees, we'll charge them in product. So after the 10th customer, they wouldn't give that product that they're selling through our platform to Corner Market as the 11th customer. And then in our model, we didn't sell that product to the 12th customer, helping a business eliminate transaction fees, but helping them also scale their business as a whole. And so it's been a very exciting adventure as we've been global, international, really helping business owners see cryptocurrency as a form of payment. Right now we're still in this digital, internet money that everyone's talking about. How do you actually do something? Bitcoin literally just hit 73K this morning.
Yes.
Which is always exciting. But people are like, well, what's next? How do I cash out? Well, the cool thing about cryptocurrency and what our app entails is that you don't have to cash out your crypto. You can simply just top up your crypto wallet through our Corner Market app and go out freely and be able to spend that crypto as you choose so.
Wow, that's amazing. You guys are playing such a big role in this kind of, like you said, the paradigm shift to where people are going to interact seamlessly with their crypto wallets, not have to worry about banking rails, the pain points that we have in the traditional financial industry. And some of the things that you touched on, I absolutely love. So I just did a podcast with Tim Draper, who infamously said that Bitcoin would hit 250,000. I think his mark was like last year. And we were talking about, he's like, yeah, I missed my mark. One of the things that I didn't anticipate was that retailers wouldn't understand how much they would save by incorporating crypto payments, which is like a 2% usually if they're not doing the model that you guys are doing, which is completely disruptive. It seems like a no-brainer to shops worldwide that they open up to this crypto market. And so that I find that really interesting, and that he targeted his price prediction based on that, not even the ETF volume, but just people spending their crypto, which is what it was designed to do as well, not just a store of value, but as a currency and a method of exchange. So it's really disrupting what you guys are doing here. And I find that to be amazing. I did get to try it myself. We were in Wynwood and I got an amazing jacket from a really cool artist there, as well as some popsicles at a popsicle place. And it was just so simple, easy, and fast. So you guys have come a long way from there. I've seen you at so many conferences. You're absolutely everywhere, connecting with the community. And I just don't see anybody else doing this in the space in the way you guys are.
The biggest thing that you have to do is we really appreciate everything you're saying. The fun thing about us going to all these different conferences and really interacting with our user base is that you have to be on the ground floor. Everyone always says, well, how do you introduce someone to cryptocurrency? Well, you eliminate that verbiage when you actually introduce this new tech. In the world of Web3, we know the terms of, blockchain, all those fun terms, but to the normies, the newbies of the space, they're very scared of these words. And so when we go out to Colombia, when we go out to Argentina, when we go to these new emerging markets, we introduce them to our tech by just showing them how it solves one of their biggest issues. As we were sponsoring all the different conferences here in the US, people kept saying, hey, you should go to Colombia, you should go to Latin America. They have a country where there's failing fiat, and this could be a really good option, an avenue for them in their business and also in their home. And so when we're helping business owners and families take a stable coin as a form of payment, where normally they don't have any access to really get a stable coin outside of the fiat that their country is issuing. It's been a very eye-opening experience. And so one of the biggest eye-opening experiences for me personally is I always hear the story of, going to countries that have failing fiat, but I never have been there. So when we touched base in Colombia and we were able to onboard over 30 merchants in just 2 weeks of us being there, we really saw the need and the urgency that people are looking for an option, because the options that they're being given through the governments and all the different avenues aren't really helping solve their issues, where, hey, a service provider may come to them and show them as a solution, but they're now charging them high fees that they normally would have come across. And so what we do, we eliminate those as a whole. We have a sliding scale where we'll charge 0 to 2%, but we're able to charge as low as 0% for our peer-to-peer transaction, which is mind-boggling when we talk about peer-to-peer transactions in this industry as a whole.
That's huge. I mean, it is massive, especially for, countries that do have these devalued currencies that are collapsing. It's really interesting that you guys are the boots on the ground. And like I said, there aren't many, if any, companies doing the same kind of work you guys are doing, which is what attracted me to you as well. And I completely agree that this adoption, a lot of it happens just face to face on the ground, breaking something down, making it simple. People, the normies, as you put it, coming from the outside world, outside of Web3, they get onboarded by being there, by interacting, by seeing people. And it also, it brings that element of trust in this new world where, it takes a lot of power, a lot of convincing and persuasion to get people to be interested in the first place. And if you're there on the ground, it's so effective. And so I know you have a partnership with Circle, correct?
Correct.
And so what does it look like? Yeah. What kind of coins, what crypto can you pay with? How does it work? What is the system built on?
Yeah, so we're currently live on Polygon, BNB, and SEI. SEI is our SEI native product. And one of the things that we're tackling is stablecoins. So no matter what token you use, you can use a Pepe, a Shiba Inu, any of the different meme tokens that is out there. And at point of sale, it would automatically convert into a stablecoin. We have crowd finance and PancakeSwap and QuickSwap integrated into our backend, where we're able to quickly swap those currencies those tokens that you're utilizing, and it automatically converts into a stablecoin for that merchant. And so what Corner Market really solves is real world use case for all crypto. Whether you drop the crypto Megan token, whether we're dropping the Corner Market token, you can use it through our platform for real world purchases. And so even the suit that I'm wearing, I purchased through the Corner Market app, and it was exciting. And so one thing I love about what we do is we have our agent program where anyone can go out and onboard their community. When they do so, they'll earn 1% passive income on every transaction of that business, charging that business owner only 2%, 1% going to Corner Market, and then 1% going to that referred agent. And I say that because I had a friend who owns a suit shop, and I said, hey, I can come and buy a new customized suit because we're doing a lot of things. I'm always the face of Corner Market, and I can pay normally with your Square, but you're going to get charged this fee. And or you can download the Corner Market app. I can pay you this suit $700. I can pay you $700, and you have no fees. We're a completely gas-free system, and it was a no-brainer for him. And he was already somewhat crypto savvy, where he was like, well, it makes more sense for me to take this US dollar that I'm not getting, a fractional taxed on through the payment provider. And it was a very eye-opening experience, not only for him, where he's never seen a business that didn't want to charge another business. Now, we're here to see you succeed, and how we succeed is by helping our local businesses.
Oh, yeah. And I saw that clearly in Miami. And it just seems, honestly, the more you speak about it, like a no-brainer for businesses. And that sometimes businesses that have such a small margin, if they're like a local convenience store or something like that, they won't accept card for a certain transaction amount. You'll have to pay with cash. And a lot of people don't have cash. There's a lot of issues here that you guys are addressing and actually solving a problem, which is amazing, because we need more projects coming out that are solving these issues and really like giving them a powerful solution. And I'm wondering then, it's interesting that you're developing on the SEI blockchain. What was the reasoning behind that?
Yeah, so we're recent graduates of the SEI and One Piece Lab incubator, and SEI is a fast blockchain. With us using some of the previous blockchains that I mentioned, Polygon and BNB, we started out there where we saw a lot of unfortunate friction, where the RPC, when you have too many interactions that are happening, they may shut us down, or the processing fees, the processing speeds weren't up to par when we're having a lot of transactions at a merchant where they have to wait for the pending transaction to actually be accepted through the nodes. And so we saw SEI as a really big savior for not only for our efficiency of being able to get our customers and our merchants, transactions settled rapidly, but it's the relationships that we really were able to develop over at SEI. With us being a part of their incubator, we were able to meet a lot of the different teams that are coming out of that accelerator. And we really love what SEI is doing when it comes to really becoming an EVM friendly blockchain, fast speeds, and really showing people that, hey, there's a problem with blockchain, the trilemma, and all these different
Right.
dilemmas, but really becoming a savior and a solution for RWA. We need fast speeds when it comes to processing. If we're going to compete with the Visa and MasterCards, we have to have a blockchain that's going to be able to do so. And SEI is one of those blockchains that we saw as a solution for our merchants. And then we started, I guess, stated on Polygon and BNB. And once we came along SEI, we became a SEI native, where we no longer on Polygon and BNB. And we're solely looking to bring RWA to real world assets powered by the SEI blockchain.
Wow. Say the savior. I mean, you wouldn't know that if you weren't really deep into this space. You guys are really trailblazers here, because a lot of projects are developing on Polygon, and we don't hear these stories about the friction or the actual, when you put it to use, how it performs. So that's very interesting. And I think that we may see more and more projects migrating to the SEI blockchain, because it also caught my eye actually through you guys. I started to look more into it, and I'm very bullish on the SEI chain, and that it can power transactions like this is huge. So I'm glad to hear that that's what you're migrating toward as well. And then, so as far as the merchant, when the customer makes the payment, the merchant receives a stable coin, or can they also receive fiat, or how does it work?
Yeah, so they're able to receive a stable coin. They're going to receive USDC or USDT. And then one of the things that we've done is we've partnered with some of the cool off-rampers and on-rampers, such as Alchemy Pay, where they now can take their USDC, top up their Alchemy Pay digital debit card or physical debit card, and they'll be able to use that crypto in the real world. And so the real issue, one of the big problems that we're looking to solve with crypto is keeping crypto in crypto. We're the last mile of blockchain adoption, where we can keep crypto in crypto. If I'm making crypto, I be able to turn my Shiba Inu into some USDC, or keep my Shiba Inu, I should be able to even go out and spend it. And so what we're looking to do is really tackle and keep this cryptocurrency as a real source of currency. And so our goal is just to keep crypto in crypto by partnering with cool off-rampers such as Alchemy Pay, Lemon Cash, where people are able to really just use their crypto as is intended to be.
Wow, I love that you're really making that full circle moment happen, because a lot of people are, cashing back out to fiat, which, like we discussed, in so many countries, is just headed to zero. I mean, it's collapsing. The inflation rates are so high, it doesn't make sense. So the stable coin is an amazing solution to that. So they're not exposed to the volatility, and then they can go ahead and do what they want with it. And so that is the next step in this whole revolution, is to keep crypto in crypto, like you say, which is it's very cool. It's very cool. So what countries are you guys in now, and where are you planning to expand?
Yeah, so we're currently in the US, Mexico, El Salvador, Argentina, Colombia, and I'll drop some cool alpha. We have some cool partnerships that we're currently announcing. We're launching a program with Dash, where we're expanding to 5 new countries, such as South Africa, Indonesia, Chile, and more surrounding Latin American countries, wherever Dash will be able to be used it'll be able to use through the Corner Market app. So we're really excited for that. And then we're currently partnering with FarmSend. And FarmSend is the first blockchain for farmers. And so we'll be the peer-to-peer payment provider for farmers in Indonesia and surrounding countries, where they're now farmers who are growing crops, food for their countries and for their communities, will be able to use Corner Market's app as a form of payment for peer-to-peer payments for all the things that farmers need. So we're really excited for some of this alpha. Outside of that, we also are launching a token for Corner Market. So stay tuned for that. We'll be shooting for that in March. And so stay tuned for the upcoming token launch for Corner Market.
So pretty soon here. I mean, that's very exciting. Wow, is there something you guys aren't doing? I mean, these are all countries too where there is a real need for these kind of, transactions and for crypto really to hedge the devaluation of their currencies. I mean, plain and simple. And this is just it's so big. It's so big and I'm so excited for what you guys are doing. So you've got your upcoming token launch in March. Can you give us any details on the token and its functionality?
Yeah, the token, it will be a governance token. So we built this technology for the community to give back to the community. So it will be a governance token where people can then now use the corner market token as a governance to for the direction of which new market, which new benefits, which new upgrade will be needed for the platform. And so we've been able to. We just flew in actually a couple of weeks ago from Hong Kong to really test out that market as well. And so that's some more awful as well, where we're working with some of our vendors out there to really support these new emerging markets where technology is still in the world of Web3 becoming what we want to say regulated or legal. But one of the things that we notice is in these different surrounding countries, such as the U.S., we're still trying to get
Mhm.
it together when it comes to policy and regulation. And so, when we went to some of the surrounding countries in Latin America, we got a warm invite. We are also graduates of the XRPL accelerator. So we partnered with
Wow.
Ripple as well. Ripple partnered with the country of Colombia. And so we went down to Colombia to really understand how XRP was really integrating people to Ripple and their entire blockchain. And so when we went down there, that's where one of our experiences where we got to see how crypto and government is actually being utilized and used. And so as we roll out this crypto token, we're utilizing some of the experiences that we've been able to grow internationally and be able to delegate that to our community through the governance of this token.
Wow. So you'll be part of a much larger network that you guys have established globally. And like you say, emerging markets where nobody is really building like you guys are, not from what I've seen in the space. And that's powerful. It's so powerful. And it's a full circle moment for you having come from the background you did and now providing these solutions to people who need them. It's really truly amazing. So it's very exciting everything you guys are doing in that launch. And not only are you connecting global e-commerce merchants and facilitating these easy payments, allowing people to spend their crypto, which is what it was meant to be for. But also, it sounds like you can make a real side hustle out of this as an advocate of the community. So it's really full circle in that sense that people who want to be involved with you, they can then become the people on the ground helping you get into new stores and new shops.
And they'll be able to earn 1% passive income on every transaction. And it's one of the things that we studied from all these different apps, whether that's DoorDash, Uber Eats. There's always a delivery driver, and they only get one tip. They don't get residual
Right.
tips. And so what we solve is blockchain solves this issue. If you go out and do all the legwork like we've been able to do, you should be rewarded not only just once, residually. And so we share the wealth with our corner market agents, those who go out and onboard the merchants. And so charging that business flat fee of just 2%, 1% going to corner market, and 1% going to their refer agent. So we're really excited. And the fun thing is when we went down to Colombia, when you tell someone they're going to get residual income on a stable coin through things that they've never come across, they were completely excited. But we were only in Colombia for 3 weeks. We onboarded over 30 merchants, and we were able to
Wow.
onboard around 8 corner market agents. We showed them how to use our app. We walked them through the trainings, and then they went out to the communities that they had relationships with, and they were easily able to onboard their favorite restaurants, their favorite barbers, and be able to earn passive income through the natural transactions that business is always going to get. And so it's just an exciting journey that we've been on, and as we expand to this new emerging markets. I'm currently on day 207 on Duolingo.
Wow.
I'm currently looking to become fluent in Spanish. I take this very
Fantastic.
very serious because we're trying to speak someone's language that doesn't speak your language. And my language is crypto, or where there's English. I want to make sure
Right.
I'm bridging that gap very seamlessly, where I can show people how this does solve a lot of their issues, not only for their business but also for their life and their generational wealth.
No, you're really going that extra mile, and I can attest to that because I live here in Spain and I do speak Spanish, and it's much more effective to be able to connect with somebody in their native language. And so, just the fact that you're putting in the effort to be able to do that speaks miles about you guys as a team and building from the inside out within this grassroots community, giving back to the community, creating jobs while you're at it. I mean, there's so many facets to this. This is amazing. And I cannot wait for the launch of the Corner Market token and what's to come this year. You already filled us in on some alpha, so I'll be keeping people posted here as well. And thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.